You're telling me that I have to do 3 backflips and throw a cherry at a dartboard in order to make... You got this, dude.
You gotta turn your mindset into a grind set, baby.
Oh my gosh, shut the hell up.
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, and for the love of God, keep all your receipts and write shit down. Alright. On a lighter note.
So.
I think now's a good time to talk about the promotion.
Oh, we dropping the offer now? We dropping the offer?
Yeah.
Alright. Hello, all of you beautiful people out there. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Apartment 308 YouTube channel. How is everybody doing? Hope y'all doing good. I care about you all. Welcome back to the show called It's Been a While. And if you're new here to the channel, let me quickly explain what it is. It's Been a While is a podcast where me and a friend, we just get together, just have a one-on-one chat with each other, just catch up with each other, learn some new stuff about each other, because, you know, like the title suggests, like, it's been a long time since I've seen this person. And continuing on with the series of interviewing some reoccurring guests here from Apartment 308, let's all welcome our boy Blake. Say what's up, Blake.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, last time you saw Blake, he was actually, he was in the host chair, and I was on the guest couch, so now he's on the guest couch, and I'm back in the host chair now.
The good old switcheroo, right?
Hell yeah. So Blake, how we doing tonight? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I had a glass of wine.
Hell yeah.
I just got done with a cool cooking class, so I'm hyped up and ready to talk about anything really.
Yeah. And tonight's episode is honestly a very special one because we are going to be talking to Blake here about his small business that he started, which is called Telio. I've mentioned it before a lot on this podcast, on the podcast before. So we're gonna basically take a look of how, you know, Blake here started his tea business. You know, what did he do? Did he have any help? And, you know, how is the tea business doing currently? And also, if you guys stick around for the majority of this episode, there will be a very special offer from Telio. So if you guys want to hear that special offer, stick around. But anyways, guys, if you want to hear on how Blake started a small business in selling tea, make sure you subscribe to Apartment 308, like today's video, comment, share it, follow us on the Spotify and the Google Podcast accounts too, for the audio-only versions. And yeah. Alright, Blake, you ready for this? Let's jump right into it. Hell yeah. That's the type of enthusiasm I'm looking for.
That's what we do here.
Hell yeah. Alright, Blake. So, for anyone that doesn't know what Telio is, they be sleeping on it. So, for anyone out there that doesn't know what Telio is, can you briefly describe what it is?
Yeah, of course. So Telio is a mostly online tea shop. If you're in the local Santa Cruz Bay Area, you could probably come and find some of our stuff around here. But we are mostly online, and we import teas from Sri Lanka, and we ship them direct to customer. So it's basically an e-commerce brand with lots of local roots and local help. Our goal in Telio, our overarching goal, is to change the relationship that Americans have with tea to become something more accessible, something easier. Like sometimes you look at tea and you're like, oh my God, you're telling me that I have to do 3 backflips and throw a cherry at a dartboard in order to make tea taste good. It's like people jump through so many
Wait a minute.
People jump through so many hoops to make their tea taste good over here. But the problem is the tea itself. So we want to provide a quality tea that has luxury refined taste to people that have previously had bad experience with tea, or just don't know what it's all about in general. We're so dominated by coffee, which coffee is great. I love coffee. But tea brings something else to it. Tea brings another way to express oneself, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's basically that's what we do at Telio, and that's what we're kind of about. And we also have various environmental initiatives too that we can talk about later if we need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that question.
I can definitely say because I purchased the lavender set that I ordered, and
Mhm,
honestly,
yes,
it honestly has been helping me get through a lot of editing sessions. Because there are like some days where I'm just like, my head kind of hurts from looking at a screen all day and trying to edit stuff, and I'm just like, you know what, time to brew me some tea. So I just grab the kettle, grab a pack from your lavender blend, make it, drink it, and I'm like, ooh, now I feel completely better. So now I can get back to editing.
Yeah, what's cool about the soft lavender tea in particular is that it kind of the aroma and the ingredients kind of have like a nice calming effect. At the same time, it gives you energy, so it puts you in a good space and a good mindset
Oh
to get
yeah,
things done, or to even relax and enjoy your day. I really like
definitely.
soft lavender. It's one of my favorites, and honestly, we're running out of the soft
Wow,
lavender.
it's soft lavender one of your top sellers at this point.
Yes, it is one of the top sellers right next
Woo!
to Queen of Roses and as well as Very Berry. Those are the ones that people are loving. Lemongrass
Oh,
licorice.
oh yeah. And again, guys, if you want to hear a special offer from about T Leo, again, stick around for the episode. It'll come up soon, so you can probably get your tea pack soon. Okay, so that is what T Leo is all about. Now let's go ahead and take a look back into some of the history of how you kind of started this. So, as your college roommate, I knew that you were a business major, but I'm kind of curious, like, because it's so funny. Because out of all of us with our degrees, you're pretty much the one of them in the group that's actually using their degree.
Using would be a loose term, but yes, yes. What's your question
so,
about this?
so basically, I just want to ask, like, what were some of the classes that kind of help you prepare to do this kind of thing?
Oh my gosh, the if you could do that thing where people put the tacks and then put the red yarn to like the clues and whatnot on like the CSI board or whatnot. That's how this kind of goes because it's not just one thing; it's a bunch of things connected, getting to this point. So I guess it really all goes back to sophomore year
Mm-hmm.
ish, sophomore end of sophomore year, when I met my accounting professor, and he he's honestly a great guy. He's super smart, and he was really talking to me about business. He founded his own businesses, like a bicycle company and
Really?
like a shoe company. Yeah, yeah. He was this really cool guy, really knowledgeable, and really willing to teach. And I spent some time after class with him. Which, if you're in college, that's what you do. That's where the real learning is. When you find a teacher that's willing to sit around and speak with you about the major that you're in, that's what really gets you fired up. That's
Hell
where the
yeah.
passion comes in. And this guy was speaking some good stuff towards me, and I was like, okay, yeah, 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 this is good. And for about a year, I kind of held that in my pocket. And then in junior year, he kind of got back to me about this internship opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I ended up working for an insurance company based out of Monterey. And I won't say their name right now, but
Yeah.
hey, Steve, if you're watching, if you see this somehow, I appreciate you. That was an amazing experience. And from that, I kind of got they were paying well, so I got some money, and I held on to that. And this is when the pandemic started to ramp up,
Yeah.
and this is also when I got into stocks. And I got into stocks at the exact right time when there was the crash. And I bought the dip with the money that I got from that internship because I hadn't had like I had worked in construction before,
Yeah.
and then I also worked for like a shoe store as well, doing like retail sales.
Hey,
And
quick little side note. Make sure you check out the stocks episode that Blake was also a part of.
Yeah,
Just
there's some
plugging that in there.
there's some okay info in that for from myself and Grant and some other
Chris,
people
yeah.
that are really great. There's some really knowledgeable people.
But
Um,
anyways, you were saying like, so
but
you
anyways,
bought out stocks when it, and it fucking dipped all the way down.
yeah, and then I doubled my money, so I was just sitting on that for a while, and then it was senior year. I was learning from home, so and then my buddy Will, he's founding a company right now as well. Um, if I got his permission, I would shout him out right now. But
Mm-hmm.
all you got to know is that he's doing well. And I went to his house to have some drinks with him, and basically, he started me on this whole drop shipping thing. And if you've been online, you've seen the sensational videos like, "Oh, I made $500,000 in 1 month on with drop shipping and stuff like that." And I was intrigued, and I did my research for about 4 months, and
Mm-hmm.
and this was like I hit the books really hard for 4 months. No, like when I thought about it, I went and I looked at YouTube videos, I read articles, I looked at the applications and whatnot, what they were using. Eventually, what happened was the pandemic was still going on, and my home was in the middle of the CZU Lightning Complex fire. And
Yeah.
I was evacuated for over a month, and this is the summer right before my senior year started. In fact, it was during when my senior year started. So
Yeah.
I was in school from a hotel in Santa Cruz. That's where I'm from Santa Cruz, and I I was just with my grandparents too, and my grandfather, I'd always tell him about the stocks, and we were always going back and forth about various businesses, and we were always speculating and stuff like that. And it was always a lot of fun talking with him. And basically, being there, I started to talk about this whole drop shipping thing and how I thought it was pretty interesting. And he said, "I'll give you $500. Go try it out."
What?
And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like,
He
"Yeah,
just
go do it."
he just straight up dropped $500 on you, like.
Yeah, and you're about to find out that he never saw that money again. um,
Wow.
so I was like, okay, I've got this money, and I've got the business model, which is drop shipping, which is basically like I don't hold any of the inventory. I just am a marketer, and I market an item from China or whatever, and sell it to the customer,
Mm-hmm.
and make a markup off of that product, which is basically what retail is. Walmart, it's just making money on markups. That's what retail is. And I was like, okay, what's this? And then my girlfriend, she was like, oh, why don't you do these magnetic eyelashes? And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's
I
so
remember
cool.
that
So
project. Yeah.
uh, so me, being kind of like a cis white male, never having put makeup on or anything like that, was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So for the next 4 months, while I was at my grandparents' house because I couldn't go back because of the fire, or for the first month I couldn't go back to my house because of the fires. But for the next like 4 months or so, I was working on this. I was buying the product to test it out. I was getting pictures of the product. I was getting logos made. Shout out to Taylor Page, Art, and Anthony Jimenez
Mm-hmm.
Art. Like they've been my go tos for logos, and a lot of artwork. And I was just working with people and really getting kind of a feel for like getting a business set up. And
Mm-hmm.
I launched, and it failed. It failed miserably. Not one single order, not even from people that I knew. No one wanted to buy
Ooh.
it. People were scared of what was in it, and then that led me to believe, like, wait, maybe I should be scared of what's in it, and maybe not sell it. So I was just kind of like in this limbo state. And then my now current business partner. Sorry, this is a long story.
Don't worry about it.
My now business partner, back then she wasn't my business partner yet, was a friend, like the mom of a friend of mine. Her name is Frikantha, and her a little bit about her is on the website. in the About Us page, and she reached out to me and was like, "Well, I've always wanted to open up a tea business, and I was wondering if you would want to try and do that with me." I closed the Allure Lash eyelash store
Mm-hmm.
that night that I talked to her. I just deleted it. I took it all off, and I found out later that I was getting charged money to like keep the domain and everything situated. So I had to go back and I had to cancel all the subscriptions recently. Actually, yeah, I just knew that it was going to be way better because tea is a consumable product. People come back to it, and um, ever since then, that was December of 20, 2020 going into 2021, and ever since then it's now September. So it's been 9 months of working on Telio, and we finally launched in May on the 24th of May, right after I graduated
Mm-hmm.
college, and ever since then it's been a learning process. So that's basically the answer to the very very long answer to that question.
Yeah.
But it's just a ton of stuff that just leads
Right.
to another, and I could keep going. It just keeps happening. It just one
This
thing leads to
is
another.
this is a series of fortunate events, not unfortunate events.
Well, like, I mean, there is the cost. I mean, right
Yeah.
now it's still we're still trying to get it off the ground. Of course, I mean, I'm making sales, but I'm not I'm not in the green. There was a lot of setup costs, so
Yeah.
there's mistakes that I've made, of course, and there's directional errors that I have recently corrected.
Oh
But
yeah.
other than that, it's been a series of fortunate events actually. So
Yeah.
just it's been a perfect storm that I'm kind of trying to ride the wave of.
Yeah. And as you already said, like you already had like, a bunch of support from, from your friends, your
Oh
girlfriend,
yeah.
and then, this person who also helped you set up Telio. But if we're jumping into our next question, it's what kind of really inspired you to push towards selling tea from Sri Lanka?
I think it's two reasons. I think the first reason is my buddy in college gave me some Sri Lankan tea that was strawberry Sri Lankan tea currently on sale on our website, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is really good. And you've had it too, Brian. Oh
Mm,
wait, no, wait. Are you allergic to strawberries?
no, I'm not
I
allergic.
feel like I know someone that's allergic to strawberries.
That might be someone else, but no, I know which tea flavor you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, the strawberry tea from Tea Tang that we currently sell in Leo, that's I just knew that the product was good right out of the gate, and then it was also like deep down it was also kind of like a I've always loved food. I love to cook. I thought going into kind of like a food or beverage industry would be a good fit for me because food is something that I can understand, and that's and lots of like everything had some inspiration from something. Like our logo is inspired from the father of my co-founder Frikanta. His name is Leo, and then the Sri Lankan flag has a lion on it, and that's where we got Telio and the
Mm-hmm.
lion logo that we have, and everything just comes from something else, and you got to be open to where you can kind of mesh things and where you can kind of offshoot. It's making the connections to things that aren't inherently connected. Um, that's where creativity sparks.
So it pretty much stemmed from our best friend who was also one of the old roommates that kind of really pushed you forward. And honestly, yeah, like shout outs to him if you ever listening.
Yeah,
Honestly, dude,
yeah. Quick message. I love you, brother. Thank you so
we
much.
we love you, dude.
My life is going down a very different path than I thought it ever would because of you. So thank you.
Yeah, going more on to like talking about like people and stuff. Obviously, we had our friend that gave you the inspiration for starting Telio, but you know, even though you're pretty much fronting most of this stuff, you obviously could not do this all alone. So it's time to go ahead and give more shoutouts to some of the people that helped you worked behind the scenes on getting this out there. So who
Oh
we
my
got?
gosh.
Who we got?
This is a massive list, Brian. This is a massive list. The thing is, you can't do shit. I mean, you could, but you really can't do shit alone, and you shouldn't.
I'm
I mean,
already
you
I'm
can.
already doing this with this channel, kinda. So.
True, true. And I know I offered earlier to help out with that, and I will.
Yeah.
And because things have just been really crazy, but it's starting to really smooth out. Um, but let's see, Brian, since you're here, I'll start with you.
Yay.
In the early days of brainstorming, you were giving your input and advice from a design standpoint, and I was getting good feedback from you. And you also bought some tea as well, which is super important. I mean,
Yeah.
just getting that sale on there is really really good, and the publicity that you do, and the shout outs that you do, and even this episode is going to help me. So, thank you, Brian.
Yay.
Yeah. It's not just all these people, and then I've got to thank Freakanta, of course. She is the reason that this she is the biggest reason that this is happening. She wanted to go into the tea business. She approached me. She does the logistics from Sri Lanka. She has the connections. She talks to the people. She gets the prices, and she's another mentor, honestly, to me. And she's also just a great person. So without her, this wouldn't be happening either. And without the assistance of her son, my friend, who he likes to have his name left out, so we're not saying his name,
Right.
but
Right.
he coded he coded a beautiful tea quiz, which is unfortunately down at the moment, but maybe by the time you're watching this video,
Yeah.
it'll be back up and running. But he spent copious hours doing that, helping with the grunt work, the like getting inventory entered. He stored it at his house, and like he did a lot of work, and he never understands how much work he actually did, but he really helped out a lot. Moving on, there's my parents, my grandparents. They've been supporting me through this. I know this sounds like an Oscar speech, but like, for the love of God,
You only got a
like,
minute left. Go. No, I'm kidding.
there's just, I mean, where you are in life, you owe to the people around you.
Definitely,
100%.
dude.
And my friend Will, who without him, I never would have even gone to eyelashes or did any of that. Like, I mean, yeah, eyelashes didn't work out, but I
But
got bit by a bug because of that to keep going.
yeah, but at least it also helped you get your, put your feet in the water and be like, okay, okay, I get the feel of it. Wait,
Yeah, exactly.
wait a minute, who pissed in the pool?
Yeah. That's if I could not think of a more accurate analogy for that. It's like, oh, I can do this. Maybe not.
Instead of piss, it's eyelashes.
Instead of piss, it's eyelashes. They're magnetic, so they stick to you.
Anyways.
My current mentor, I'm only going to say her first name, Ellie. Another one of my mentors, Ellie. She is helping me through sales. She is helping me get sales, and she is just an amazing person. And I'm so fortunate to have met her. And I have to thank my grandfather again for that, because he set that up. And I'm gonna have to thank my grandfather again, because I also have a deal with, or not necessarily. Well, I kind of so I sell my tea at one in-person location in Scotts Valley in Santa Cruz County,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Cruz Coffee Company. And I'll just go ahead and shout them out. They're a locally owned coffee company. The owner, Erin, is super nice. If you go there and have a cup of coffee, you'll probably see her, and you might even get to talk to her. Like, she is an amazing person. She's helping me with so much stuff. I'm actually might be going there tomorrow for an event, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'll have to thank her and her staff for being so accepting and amazing down there. I'll have to thank some members of Haley's family, my girlfriend, who who is also about to get a big old thank you for helping with direction a little bit, answering some questions. And then there's Haley, who is my marketing guru. She really helps with presentation and making things look nice. She's got the eye for quality in presentation, and without her, my Instagram would look terrible. And without her, I mean, I just wouldn't have the eye for the aesthetic quality that I would need to run this brand. And she's constantly there giving advice, and she's right a lot of the time. Haley, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you so much for all your help. I could not do this without you, and I hope to bring this make Telio large enough so I can pay you back for all this work. And again, another shout out to Paige and Anthony right here, the artists, Anthony, the artist behind the lion logo, and Paige, who is currently working on something for me as well.
Yeah.
But gosh, if I left you out and you're listening, I know there's more people that I need to thank.
For anyone listening that knows Blake, and for anyone that helped contribute to T Leo, your love and support is always appreciated by him.
Oh, yeah, just all of the friends that, like, you know who you are. You bought tea from me. I got boxes on boxes, and I was just all day. I was just fulfilling these orders. And
Hell yeah.
It was the best feeling in the world, I gotta say. So all of you that purchased tea, thank you so much.
Yay. Spreading the love, spreading the shout outs, dude. That's what we all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, it just feels so nice hearing how so many people have affected your life and also have really helped you out. And honestly, for me, Blake, like I keep saying to you, I'm very glad to be part of, this journey that you took. And, all of us can't wait to see, this grow to something more, dude. Like, we're all excited for it.
I don't want to be small forever. I want to get big.
Hell yeah, we're gonna make it to the big time, Blake. You and me, buddy. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys. We're gonna... Blake, you're gonna be the number one tea business, and I'm gonna be the number one podcast on YouTube. Let's go.
Yeah. You got this, dude.
You gotta turn your mindset into a grind set, baby.
Oh my gosh, shut the hell up.
Anyway.
Oh, mindset to grind set. I kind of like that. I kind of also hate it at the same time.
Hey, you know it's true. You know it's true.
I it's all honestly all about mindset, and even Jeff Bezos will tell you that. It's really all about where you're.
So, you had all this help. You had support from friends and family, but as you and I both know, when it comes to starting a business, there's clearly a lot of risks to it. Not only like you're throwing in like so much money into something you really want to do, but you're also taking a lot of other risks for your being, other financial stuff, how you perform as someone in the market. So we want to know, and also have your take on this. So what are some precautions you took to make sure that T-Leo will start up well? And if you have studied or looked at any other small businesses, what are some mistakes they sometimes make?
Oh boy. So you're gonna have a million people answer this question in a million different ways.
Yeah, but we're gonna take this under your point of view, because everyone's might be different, but we just want to hear from your take.
So with going into it and starting it, the precautions were just understanding the risk that you were taking, and just taking that leap. You just gotta start, and you gotta make mistakes. You're gonna spend money. You're gonna lose money. Lord knows I've lost money.
Oh yeah.
You really you gotta look at the risks and really understand what those mean to you, what you can afford to lose.
Yeah.
Because you will lose. Honestly, you just gotta go for it. You just gotta take the leap. If it doesn't work out, maybe the next thing will work out, and if that doesn't work out, you just keep trying. Or if you learn from your mistakes and your failures. it's just an opportunity to do better next time, pretty much. So as far as precautions go, honestly, I didn't take many precautions. I just acknowledged
Damn.
I just acknowledged the risk and I just went for it.
He said, I look at hell with a blank stare.
Pretty much, I stare into the abyss. That
but
kind
you,
of pairs.
but you already knew what you're gonna get yourself into at that point.
Well, in business school, they say it's like you got to spend money to make money. There's risks. People fail. Businesses die.
Yeah.
So I knew going into it what it meant and that it might not work out. Um, but in terms of mistakes that I've made, it's hard to look back right now and look at the mistakes because I'm still in the midst of making them. I'm sure.
But it's all still a very, very like it's a learning experience that really hits you in the face kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Right now tonight, it's hard to think of too many mistakes. I would say the biggest mistake I made is not being consistent all the time. You
Mhm.
have to be consistent. And I kind of like at points I would kind of like lead you and step away from Telio for a second to kind of do some other stuff, and that hurt the business more than anything else I've done, more than any other
Yeah.
mistake I've made, is not being consistent. You have to be consistent and persistent. Deliver on your promises always. I usually do. I've really tried to do, but deliver on your
Definitely.
promises. That's your personal brand, which is important, and that's your actual brand if you're starting a business. So deliver on your promises, be consistent, and be
Yeah.
persistent.
Yeah, don't
That rhymes, and it's cringe, but like you've got just be for the love of God, be persistent and
just
don't stop. Like some like a moment. I saw this quote. I think it was on Founder or something like that.
mhm.
Um, a lapse in consistency can erase 6 months of hard work, like a
Ooh, yeah, that
and I gotta say that is 100% true. Oh,
yeah.
and for the love of God, keep all your receipts and write shit down. Start on a lighter note. Start a P&L, profits and loss statement, where you in an Excel or Google sheet, and you just say, okay, I spent this on this, the day, the date, and keep the receipt if you have electronic. Just keep that for the love of God. Write shit down.
and
Never don't write shit down. Buy. Excuse my French, but buy a fucking notebook
yes.
and write everything down. You will forget it. I don't care how good your memory is.
In the
There's
wise
so much.
in the wise words of our old programming professor, remember pen and paper.
And in paper, power program. And
yeah.
that's true. Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I can like really relate to you because I am hella lacking on consistency when it comes to the apartment 308 Instagram account at apt.308.yt. Um, yeah, like by the time we're recording this, I haven't really made that much posts for at least the feed, or haven't posted on stories as much. Well, except for a video release. But I'm just like, I'm honestly quite lacking, and this is another thing too, Blake. When you said like it's really good to have like a team, or at least some people to come help you out. Like you had your
Yeah.
girlfriend, you had the artist, you had the guy that programmed your website, or at least the quiz. And for me, like sure I can get like people like you and Aya and a few others to get on the show, but when it comes to doing all the editing, like that's all on me. Like this
Yeah.
set that we're on, this virtual set we're on, I made this, and then
Yeah.
and then there's the thumbnails, and then I have to go ahead and jump into the next video because I don't know. Ever since leaving college, I'm taking my time more and more into creating videos because yeah, especially for sessions that took over an hour because those fuckers took hella long.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's hard. It's hard to be consistent with social media, in my opinion, because I'm not the best at it.
yeah,
Uh, it's not something that I did for myself before Telio, but I'm trying to get better. Trying to get better. Trying to post more frequently again, and that's that thing. Consistency. I've lost maybe 5 followers, but that's like 5% for me because I'm super small on there. And yeah, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media outlets, they are a ticket to making more money, and they're a ticket
Yeah.
to putting your name out there. And this, you do all the editing for this because this is how you express yourself to the world right now. This
Yeah.
content, what you're creating, what you
Yeah.
do. This is your expression, and this is where people can see kind of your passion a little bit too.
Yeah, and I think one big lesson that I think some of our listeners and viewers can probably take from this is like, if you really are going to be passionate about something and if you really are going to go all in on it, then you really have to commit to it. Like, for me, like I really committed into focusing more on making the channel and the podcast. You're very committed to making sure T Leo is stable and also rising. But it's okay to take like a little break once in a while. But like we said, you gotta grind it out, dude.
Yeah, it's better if you don't stop. It's much better if you don't stop. Trust me.
Hell yeah! Don't just take your foot off the brake and just step on the accelerator. It'll be fine. It'll
Yeah.
definitely be fine.
It really is all about a momentum, though. You get this groove going, and then if you shatter that momentum, then it's really hard to start back
Yeah,
up again.
but it's also too. It's kind of like you really want to get yourself motivated
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find motivation, so you have to be instead of motivation relying on you have to rely on kind of the consistency that you like a structure that you set for yourself.
Yeah. And what really strives me, at least for like my channel, because every video I make with people, it feels like it's a promise. Like, I promised people I would make an episode with them and then also release the episode. So it kind of is like my obligation to do it, but not to sound. I mean, sure, and some of y'all might take it negatively, but again, I really enjoy making these episodes because honestly, like especially in these weird times in the pandemic, like for my end, it's a little bit hard to reach to like talk to people. So you know, as long as they're happy that they're seeing themselves on YouTube and in my shows, it makes me happy that they're happy.
Yeah, yeah, and that happiness is what probably drives you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can say the same thing too. Like when someone is very satisfied with your tea, that
Oh
just
my
get that
God,
just
yeah.
that just gives you a little spark in your heart, right?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to share some of my tea today at the cooking class I was at, and when people were like, "Yeah, this is really good," and people were getting excited about it, and someone even poured some liquor into it too.
What?
It was delectable with it, honestly. And
um, please, no
I
from the apartment. Please drink responsibly.
oh yeah, yeah, yes, of course. This was not something to do in excess. This was literally for taste. It was a dessert liqueur. So it's very fancy, very upscale. Um, so yeah, drink responsibly, or just don't drink at all. But uh, yeah, it was really good, and people were excited about it and happy about it. I even got a sale right then and there too, and yeah, I was stoked to see people enjoy what I do because not only does that validate my hard work, it validates the quality of the product.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, overall, just for anyone out there, just keep moving forward. Keep trying your best. I mean, sure, you could take a little break here and there, but you just gotta keep going at it, and
Yeah.
have the friends and support like on your back because they'll help push you to what you really want to do. So,
Oh, I think now's a good time to talk about the promotion.
we dropping the offer now. We dropping the offer.
Yeah.
Let's all right, all right, guys. If you made it to this far in the episode, we got a special offer just for you. Blake, take it away.
All right. So, with the in collaboration with Apartment 308, the channel, I would like to offer all of Brian's listeners, Apartment 308 listeners, a 20% off non-expiring coupon code for any amount of tea and Telio. The code will be APT, capital APT 308, Apartment 308. So yeah, claim your code. It'll be down in the description. And
Yeah.
yeah, I hope to see you enjoy some tea.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Future me, slap the code on the screen right now. Make it big and bold.
have future. But
Yeah.
explosion, like with a explosion, behind
Yeah.
it.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah! Like Blake said, if you want to get a 20% discount on your purchase of T Leo, again, use code APT308. It'll be in the description below, along with the website. So yeah, moving on from that, let's go ahead and talk about launch day. So, how did you feel like the day before launch day, and when T Leo got off the ground? How did you feel right after?
Well, I'm sure I was nervous, but all I can remember right now is excitement. This is a product that I love and that I really believe in, and it's a business that many people are working on and helping me with, and I was just excited for it to be out there, for it to be ready to be received by people. So that's probably the biggest feeling I had, was just excitement.
Yeah, cause
Um,
I remember like you were telling me and a couple others on our separate Discord, like you were telling us about Telio, and then honestly, all of us we were your hype men. Just be like, let's go,
oh yeah,
Blake, let's go. You're gonna sell tea. Let's go.
yeah. I mean, every all my friends were posting and supporting me, and some of them were buying tea. I mean, most of them did, and that was amazing. I could not thank them enough.
So I mean, at this state of Telio, how would you feel now, or how are you feeling now about it?
Oh god, I'm still excited for the future because just recently things have been getting even better, and I'm starting to see kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for the work that I've been doing,
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm just super happy. Right now, I'm happy to have something to work on, a project that I can something to build. I'm not bored. My grandmother said. My grandmother said, "You're okay. You're going into business. My biggest worry for you is that you'll be bored." And I was like, "Oh no, Grandma, I won't be bored." And then, yeah, and then I discovered what a rush this is. And if I fail and decide that I no longer want to be an entrepreneur, I have all this experience from this, so much that I've learned that I can bring to the table. The
Hell yeah.
relationships that I've built. Even if it fails, I still walk away with something.
It's all about the it's all about the journey, not the destination.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Brother.
Is a season of One Piece. Oh wait, we're looking for treasure now. We're just looking for the friendship and bonds we build along the way.
Treasure, what treasure?
Speaking of like recent events regarding Telio, you did bring this up before that you featured your tea in Scotts Valley, right? At that small little coffee shop,
Yeah, Cruise Coffee Company.
Cruise Coffee
They are
Company.
they're so cool. They have a cool logo. They have like a really cool trendy like inside like they have two locations. They have a drive-through location which is super convenient if you're
Ooh.
about to go like over Highway 17 and you're like, I want some coffee, you just drive right through.
we don't talk
Fresh.
about Highway 17.
Yeah, good coffee. Highway, for those that aren't around here. Highway 17 is a super dangerous highway, and most people that work, a lot of people that work in Silicon Valley commute from this area on the coast, Scotts Valley, Santa Cruz, to the Silicon Valley. So they take
Yeah.
Highway 17. It's crazy. So right before that highway, they have a really nice drive-through and
Uh huh.
drive-through space, and then they have a really cool. They have a really cool cafe where people sit down. They play live music all the time. Tomorrow there's going to be an event. Uh, Today is like 18th of September, so by the time
Hmm.
you see this, the event will be done. But tomorrow there's going to be an event,
Yeah.
cars
So.
and coffee. So people are going to show up with their luxury cars and serve coffee. And
Ooh.
I'm gonna be there tomorrow probably, having complimentary tea samples for people.
Hell yeah. But the question I want to ask is like, how did you in this coffee shop start collaborating? Like, what's the story behind that?
Oh, gonna have to thank my grandfather again for this. Um, but my grandfather was super excited about the business, and I mentioned that I wanted to do some business to business sales. And business to business sales, especially with this industry where they consume it and then they need more. I was pretty interested in that, and he suggested that I go and check out Cruise Coffee. So I showed up at their drive-through location. They had just launched their their newest location, like not even like a week before I showed up at their regular location,
Really?
which was great timing. I showed up there and there was two nice ladies. They were working the counter, and I ordered their tea, and I was just trying to get a feel for what the vibe was, of course. So I ordered what tea they had, and
Scoping out the competition.
and they pulled out this basket, like this just open air basket, and inside they had individually wrapped teas, just all in a mishmash. And I was like, okay, they could use some tea structure, and so I had planned it out. I was going to go to the gym after this, and I had planned it out. So like if it went poorly, then I would be sad and go to the gym. But but I had bags. I had a whole bunch of boxes of tea that I was prepared to give to them for free. The key is giving it away for free to to taste or test, depending upon what you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I've got this tea company that I'm starting up. I was wondering if you guys would want to check out my tea and possibly want to carry it. And the people that were there were like, "Oh my god, yes!" And one of them happened to be a tea lover, and so we talked a little bit. And I gave them a couple of boxes, and I said, "You can drink these. You can take these home. You can sell them, or you can sell the individual drinks from them if you wanted to."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they ended up doing.
Ooh.
And I left it there. I gave them my card. I told them to call or anything, and they're in the process of setting up their business pretty much. So, but they're doing really really well. They're drawing some crowds for sure. I see them doing very very well in the years to come as well. And so I waited a little bit, and then I was like, okay, it's been long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and try and give them a call.
Yeah.
So I gave the owner a call. I called whatever number was on their website, and the owner picked up. And I was like, "Well, do you want to talk about possibly selling the tea?" And they were like, "Oh, you're the tea guy." And I was like,
wait a
yeah,
second, you're that guy. I recognize you.
Just like I'm the guy that dropped off the tea, and they were like, "Yeah, we've got it in the back and we're selling it right now." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I went down and talked to them. She didn't have a lot of time the owner didn't have a lot of time to talk. The owner, Erin, she's great. They didn't have a lot of time to talk, but we talked about all the possibilities for tea around there. And when I showed up, it was the best feeling in the world. I showed up, and right as I walked through the door, they sold a cup of my tea, to someone.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my god. And then they were like, yeah, we just sold 2 more of those. And I was like, oh, thank god. People are buying it.
They're actually buying my product.
And that's kind of how that happened. So I showed up. It was good timing in the grand scheme of their business. I kept communication consistent. I haven't been too consistent with communication over the past couple weeks, a month or so.
Yeah.
But both parties have been super busy, and so I just built that relationship. And the owner, invited me over to do tea samplings and stuff, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it for free. And I showed up, and people were enjoying the tea. I mean, I even got like some sales too. I brought some boxes down. Yeah, that's kind of how that all of that started. And I want to find more places like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So really, like your relationship with Cruise Coffee, it was just so much of really good timing.
Timing was good. I mean, you can do it with board timing. I mean, there's plenty of in my case, there's plenty of places that could use better tea than what they're selling.
Yeah, and who knows, there might be a company out there that's looking for a shitty podcast hosted by a couple of college graduates.
Hey, not, you never know. You never know. Could
Yeah,
be.
yeah. But honestly, yeah, that's honestly great. When I saw that you guys were hosting an event for your tea tasting, like, dude, that brought me like so much joy because I'm like, that's my boy. That's my boy. He's giving away his tea to people.
I'm trying my hardest. I'll
Yeah.
go somewhere someday.
Oh yeah. But anyways, so one of the last few questions I want to ask you is that you know, COVID really messed up a lot of like people's like what they really wanted to do. But it's also because of COVID that you and I started some stuff. Because of COVID, I started Apartment 308 podcast. Because of COVID, you started the Telio business. So sometimes you just gotta think and wonder. It's like if it weren't for COVID, like, or if COVID was not a thing, like, would you still pursue something like this or this exact thing?
It's hard to say, but I would say yes. It's I was already kind of intrigued with it, and I mean, yeah, there's that possibility that it's the butterfly effect. You kill a butterfly, and then ripples through the space time continuum, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden um, your world gets swallowed by a black hole. So
yeah,
I mean, you never know. But as human beings, we're remarkable with this. We can manipulate our environments and make something from nothing. Like
exactly.
the universe could give us a bad hand, like like a pair of twos when everybody else got a pair of aces.
I was thinking something else.
Uh,
I thought you were gonna say the universe gave us a hand, a backhand for that case.
a backhand, yeah. I mean, last 2 years, it's been kind of like one backhand after another.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, you can still garnish beneficial direction in the midst of absolute chaos.
and
I mean, you don't stop living because like because the world around you is going through bad things, and you may be going through bad things too, but you're still. I mean, a quote from Iroh. I mean, from Avatar: The Last Airbender is like, life happens wherever you are, whether you want it to or not. So it's
right.
just about. Oops, I dropped my phone on the ground. It's just about making the best of wherever you are.
Oh yeah, I think that's one thing that some of us found hopeful in the midst of the pandemic is that despite like of how shit the world got when 2020 came around, all of us were still able to do something, and most of us took big risks too. Like we saw so many small local businesses open up amidst the pandemic. Of course, there's you as well with Telio, me with
Yeah.
Apartment 308, and yeah, like, and for my end, like, if I were to ask myself, like, would I still do Apartment 308 if there's no pandemic? I mean, yeah, because honestly, like during junior year, that was when all of my professors are like, okay, you're about to enter capstone next year. You really got to think about what you want to do. And I had like one or two ideas, honestly, of what I could do for capstone, but we got hit with the pandemic, and next thing you know, I was like, huh, like what do I do? Like all the ideas I had are kind of just flushed away. I only have a few options, and I ultimately decided, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start a podcast with friends.
So
So
yeah, you can build things like this in the midst of chaos.
yeah, like Blake said, both he and I built our things from the ground up. So honestly, if you got for any of you guys that are considering like your small business or even a channel like mine, like you should go for it. And speaking of which, one of the last questions I gotta ask you, Blake, is what are some tips for anyone else that's thinking about starting a small business?
All right, so whoever's listening, take this with a grain of salt. I haven't made it to the big leagues yet. I'm not making millions, um, but I can tell you what I've learned,
From one
and
small
tell you
businessman
kind
to another.
and I can tell you my process too. Before doing a lot of the technical stuff, and getting in, like finding out how to get into the right headspace, I watched a lot of YouTube. Like I went on YouTube and I looked at what people were doing for businesses and how they did every specific technical thing. YouTube is your friend. I swear to God. If you don't have a mentor in your life, like that's a good place to go. And even if you do have a mentor, just please go on YouTube, research, study, never stop learning. I mean, it's the cliche shit that they tell you all the time, but for the love of God, just do it. Never stop learning. Have that growth mindset. It's all about the mindset, and that sounds like the stupidest clickbaity thing ever. I know. It sounds terrible and cliche, but it's really all about your mindset. If you have a shitty mindset, then you're not going to get anything done. And with that mindset comes what we talked about earlier: consistency, persistence. Be
Mm-hmm.
consistent. Be
Yeah.
consistent and be persistent. All like as much as you can.
Yeah, and if I also had to add in something myself, like we said earlier, like if you really are, passionate about it, you know what you want to do, kind of like the risks of doing said thing, then go for it, because it may take a long time for you to be successful in your own way, but as long as you're having fun with it and you're feeling the most joy, and whatever you're selling or giving is uh, a positive thing for others as well, then keep doing it. Yeah, because
Yeah, it's so much easier to create something or sell something if you're passionate about what you're selling or creating.
oh yeah, most definitely. And honestly, I think that is a great way to end off today's episode. Psych! We still have to do the quick lightning round, Blake.
Oh God, what?
So, this is a new segment that I'm trying for the end of It's Been a While episodes. I'm just gonna give you 10 quick this or that things. Just answer them honestly and.
You baited me, Brian. The bait and switch. Okay, listeners, listen up. He gave me a list of questions that he was gonna ask me, and I had them up on my phone the entire time. So I was kind of like thinking about what I was gonna say, right? And now he hits me with this shit. All right, what are we doing?
So, don't worry, I've done this to literally every other guest that's came here to It's Been a While after episode 10. So I did it to Aya, I did it to Ryan, I did it to Issa and Sam. So now I'm doing it to you, bitch. It's okay. It's
Oh
just
my.
it's just very simple ones. All right. It's just
All right,
10
let's do
quick
this.
ones. All right. First up, waffle fries or curly fries?
Curly fries, 100%.
All right. Sweaters or hoodies?
Hoodies,
All right. Korean barbecue or hot pot?
green barbecue,
All right. Nikes or Adidas?
Nikes,
All right. Paramore or Fallout Boy?
Paramore,
All right. A dual monitor setup or a big curved monitor?
dual monitor,
Okay. So Netflix or Disney Plus?
Netflix.
All right. Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart?
Oh, Super Smash Brothers, 100%.
All right. you
These are too easy.
well, you're gonna hate me for this next one.
Oh.
League of Legends or Black Desert Online?
God. I'm gonna have to go. I've give you guys some context. I've been playing League of Legends for 11 years. I'm still not very good, and I'm kind of salty about not being good after 11 years of playing the game. I played Black Desert before, and I'm gonna have to go with League of Legends because Black Desert Online is a hard game.
Okay, and
That was a good one.
all right, last one. Tea Leo's strawberry tea or the lavender tea?
No, I refuse to comment.
No.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the lavender.
All right, you heard it here first, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the entire interview, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to set up the lightning round questions. Hold up. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's fun. I didn't know that was gonna happen at all.
surprise. Yeah, but anyways, guys, that's that's it for this episode of It's Been a While. And, thank you so much, Blake, for taking the time to be on the episode.
Of course, anytime. I always have fun on here.
Ah, yeah, definitely. And once again, guys, if you guys want to go check out Leo, the link will be in the description below. Make sure you use that promo code APT308 on your next purchase to save 20% off. And yeah, we're excited to promote Leo. It's really fun, and I enjoy this.
Yeah, that is t-leo.com.
T-leo.com.
There's also a 10% discount coupon for signing up with your email as well. And yeah.
Ah, yeah. But anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Apartment 308. Like today's episode. Share with all your friends. Don't forget to follow us also on Spotify and Google Podcasts. And in the comment section below, for anyone that's ordered Tea Leo, comment down below what your favorite tea is. Do you guys like the strawberry tea? The lavender tea? What's your favorite tea? We want to know. But it has to be Tea Leo only. Only Tea Leo answers allowed. But signing off from Apartment 308. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.